Hey, thanks for joining me. Give us just a second here. Robert, nice to see you. I have an important message coming up, but I want to make sure there's at least a couple folks in here to hear me. There's a big town meeting tomorrow. I've been doing my best to get word out about it. The town council will be voting to increase the fees for public records requests. I'm very much against this. I'll be going to the meeting to let them know what I think, but I have an important message right now that I just discovered that I think is pretty important. So I might as well get started here, but I'm working on my speech for the town meeting. I looked at all the documentation regarding the proposed change. Well, it's good and bad news, you know. It's, I think, an overreach of the council, which is bad news, but I think it's actually against state law, which might be good news. So here's the thing. This is all the documentation I have regarding, and this was all from the Gilbert Town Council website. This is the resolution. It talks about we're going to be increasing the prices for video recordings, including body cams, etc. That's basically, it's a really straightforward resolution. It's to increase the fees. Christopher Payne, town attorney, signed off on it. And if you look into it, you can tell that it actually comes from Gilbert PD. But we also have James Biscagli. That's the, James Biscagli. That's the assistant chief. Zach Altman is with Gilbert Police, I believe, or he's a lawyer working for the police. And Genesis E. Hart with Gilbert Management and Budget Analyst. That Genesis E. Hart is a management and budget analyst. It looks like this is where these are who approved the resolution. So that's what we have, the resolution itself. We have the notice of intent. This is required by state law before you increase a fee. This is the state law that requires that. And this is a council communication from Gilbert PD. There, Michael Solberg, Chief of Police. So, I want to try to make myself as clear as possible. We have the resolution that's requesting a fee increase. And you can see in accordance with ARS 9-49915, this is the state law that they have to abide by before or while increasing any kind of fee or taxes. So they are abiding by this here and in other places. And this is a very straightforward state law. It says a municipality may not levy or assess any new taxes or fees or increase existing taxes or fees pursuant to statute on a business without complying with this section. Very simple. No new fees or taxes without complying with this. This is a new fee or tax. And we can see that they are according with it. What does the state law make you do? Well, let's see. They have to prepare a schedule of the proposed new or increased tax or fee that includes the amount of the tax or fee and a written report or data that supports the new or increased tax or fee. A copy of the report or data shall be filed in the office of the clerk with the municipality. That's basically it. That's what you have to do. And then this is, that's for a new tax or fee, and it's the same thing if you're going to change an existing tax or fee, and it's the same thing if you're going to do the same thing for a business. So these three things are all basically saying the same thing for three different scenarios, and it's you have to include the amount of the tax or fee and a written report or data that supports the new or increased tax or fee. Okay, this is the notice of intent. They have to, and then there's other things here. Sorry. There's other things here. You have to post it on the website, right? You have to post it a certain number of days beforehand, which they all did. The public basically has to be informed of this in all the ways that we're able to do as a town. In social media is how I found out about it. So they have to do it on social media. They have to have it posted on the website a certain number of days, etc., etc. That's what the rest of this law says. So they have the notice of intent. They have all the documentation on the website. They have all the social media stuff. And this is the, in accordance with the thing, that's the new fee. Instead of $25 flat fee, it's going to be an entirely new structure. It's going to be $46, and it's going to be per hour reviewed, right? So where is the written report or data that supports the new or increased tax or fee? Well, this is just the state law. This is the notice of intent. There's nothing really that supports it here. It says, if approved, in order to recover the costs, including all personnel and equipment costs and any other relevant costs that will be incurred by the town of Gilbert, including reviewing, transmitting, making a copy of, and as necessary, redacting. So that's basically one sentence that says this is for recovering the costs incurred by the town for doing such services. Okay, great. Here's the council communication from Chief Mike Solberg. Here's the strategic initiative, and it's under exceptional built environment. The use of external resources, our money as citizens, is what they mean by external resources. The use of external resources promotes and protects the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Gilbert. This aligns with the town's strategic initiative of exceptional built environment. That's the thing that they justify under their pillar or whatever. Here's a recommended motion. A motion to adopt a resolution adding a fee associated with public records requests for video recordings and to authorize the mayor to execute the required documents. So in accordance with the state law that we reviewed, staff is requesting town council to consider a one-time fee of $46 per video hour reviewed, charged by the town of Gilbert and its departments for the time reviewing, transmitting, making a copy of, and as necessary, redacting a video recording for public records requests filed for a copy of a law enforcement video recording. The fee will apply to all persons who submit a public records request, except if you're a victim or an immediate family member or a lawyer. If approved, it will go into effect next week in order to recover the costs. We already saw that. And as necessary, redacting. And then this is a similar Arizona statute that says how much they can increase it. Of course, they're going to increase it to the maximum amount, right? It says they may go up to that, but they're going to just automatically shoot to that maximum amount. That's fine, whatever. There's a financial impact, right? There is no negative financial impact to the town of Gilbert, right? It's our money, right? It's a negative financial impact to us, not to them. And then a recommendation. The staff recommends that they do these things. Where is the report? Where is the written report or data that supports the new charge? I would expect there are, you know, what they're going to argue is, oh, this one's, here's what they're going to argue is, here's the report, right? And basically what we're looking at is one single sentence in order to recover the costs, etc., with redacting. I would expect a written report or data to be like, this is how many requests we've had, this is the cost per request, this is how many hours we're spending, right? This is what a report is, and this is what data is. What they're telling us their report is in order to recover the costs, including personnel and equipment costs, you know, there's zero data here, which it doesn't, the state law doesn't require data. It requires a written report or data. There is no written report and there is no data. They're giving us a single sentence on why this is necessary, and it's not telling us why it's necessary. They're saying it's necessary because it's necessary. Tell us how much it costs to do these things. Tell us why you're actually increasing the costs. In fact, there's a state law that requires them to tell us why, and I don't believe that they're telling us why. Where's the report? Where's the written report? That's my new findings. I think this is going to be an illegal town ordinance that does not abide by this state law. State Law 9-499.15, proposed new or increased municipal taxes or fees notification exemptions, which requires a written report or data that supports the new or increased tax or fee. They gave us a single sentence that says we need this to recover our costs. That's not a report, right? I'll go through one more time the things that I have. This is everything available for this resolution per town of Gilbert, per town council. This is the resolution. It's a very dry resolution. It says we're going to increase the fees. This is the notice of intent. It does all the things that it's supposed to do per state law, except it doesn't have a written report or data specifically supporting the new, that supports. Written report or data that supports. They didn't support it by saying it's necessary because it's necessary. Does anybody catch my drift? Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Does anybody agree? Does anybody disagree? This is the notice of intent. This is the council communication, which has no such written report. It has a single sentence that says why they're doing this in a very overview way. And this is the new this is the old state law. Please consider coming to the town meeting tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. at town council. This is absolutely unacceptable. Thanks for watching. Love you guys.